Well, good morning.
Hi.
And welcome to the Galloway Forest National Park. Absolutely beautiful area.
Yeah, it really is.
We're up in Scotland and we're staying just outside Dumfries. But yeah, we've come a couple of hours west to here because we came here last year and just loved the place.
Yes, we did. We fell in love with it. It's been on the list for a camp since then.
Yeah. So yeah, as you can probably see by the enormous packs over there,
We don't travel like
yeah, it's wild camp time and we've got an awful lot of stuff with us. But we're making it a bit of a comfortable one. We've got some new bits and bobs to have a look at along the way as well, a few new bits of kit.
Yeah, some goodies.
But yeah, trail is quiet, weather is looking pretty good. We're heading off that way. So let's get cracked on.
Let's go.
Let's roll. So a lovely little opening section next to the river. And we're heading off up this glen. And my first new bit of kit is my stick. I've got a new stick. None of your carbon fibre nonsense. Picked up off the beach. So we've climbed out from Loch Trool, leaving Loch Trool behind. You can see Lamachan Hill just over my shoulder there. And we're heading up the glen towards this wooded area at the top. Good path. It's flattened out a bit now, not quite as steep. And we've had a bit of sunshine, bit of cloud, kind of nice weather for doing this sort of thing with a heavy pack. Not too hot, not too cold. So far so good. Well, we've reached the end of the glen and the famous Glen Trool-Bothy is in front of us, which I think we might go and have a little look at just for fun. So, this is the inside of the famous Glen Trool-Bothy. Windows open, some firewood in the corner there. Half burned log in the fireplace there and a little bench. Not the cleanest and tidiest, but if everything did go horribly wrong, it's somewhere to shelter. And a free frying pan. Another fireplace in here. What do you think?
Cool, isn't it? I mean, in winter.
It's potentially a lifesaver if the weather gets really bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we're pressing on.
I'm going to take outside.
So we're starting to climb quite steeply again now, up through this little wooded section, which is going to spit us out onto the hills, which is where we're hoping to camp. So pretty relentless this stretch. Climb, climb, climb. Pretty rugged path, as you can see. And this whole area behind us is really different to last time we were here. As you can see, the amount of wood that's being cut and the logging that's gone on. All of this was dense woodland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a bit crazy for it to be like this, but we're planning on heading up and onto the flanks of this hill in front of us and hoping we can find some flat ground with a little bit of shelter from the wind. There's not much wind down here, but enough to warrant trying to get a bit of shelter from it. So we're going to crack on and start keeping eyes open for potential camp spots, eh? Well, we're getting quite far up onto the hillside now. As you can see down behind me, you can just see that wooded section we came through, and nothing even remotely looking like a camp spot yet. There's not a lot of level ground, and anything that is remotely level, it's just like this stuff, it's just thickety and lumpy and bumpy, so far from ideal. But we're pressing on and hoping for the best. Well then, our search for a camp spot has been a pretty difficult one, to be fair.
Yeah, it has.
Everything's on a slope. That's the path leading up the hill, you can see kind of here. The ground is really thickety and uneven. And we've ended up at about 2,100 feet, which is higher than we'd anticipated coming.
Yeah, because it is going to get quite cold
Yeah.
tonight as well.
But we found this dry stone wall behind us, which is quite handy because the wind is coming in from that direction. So we can use that as a windbreak, and we've just been scouring up and down this side of it to try and find a flat piece of ground to pitch on. And we think we found something.
Yeah, it's only small.
Yeah, but it'll do. So we're going to grab the packs, head up there a little bit, and go and see about the tent pitch. Let's rock.
Let's go.
So here it is, one of the only flat-ish patches of ground around. So I think that's home for the night. And the views ain't bad. We've got this nice dry stone wall as a windbreak. Views back over towards Loch Trool, down that way. Don't know what this is over that way, but there's potential for a nice sunset. It's a bit hazy, but could be a good one. But yeah, well out in the sticks, eh?
Yeah.
Right, let's get some camp chores done. So as you can see, we decided to sack the camp chores off just for now and have a cheeky beer because I think we've earned it.
Why not?
And looking at that view, absolutely tremendous, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Enjoy it while we can. So we have also got the view over this side of our wall, back over there towards Glen Trool and Loch Trool. But as I say, this wall is acting as a fantastic windbreak and a little shelf for various bits and bobs as well, which is handy. So we're going to stay this side and enjoy those views and stay out the wind. Well, that was absolutely delightful. An albino squid assassin red rye IPA. Can highly recommend that. And also, while we're here, one of the other new bits of kit. Well, I've used it once before, but this is my homemade ultralight table. And you've probably seen the ones you can buy for like 18 quid. Well, this is a piece of corrugated plastic which you can buy on eBay for buttons, couple of quid. Couple of slices and a bit of gaffer tape. I know it doesn't look very pretty, but it weighs next to nothing. And it does pretty much the same job as the fancy ones that cost 18 quid. I'll probably do a video at some point on making one, but it's really quite easy. You can probably get the gist from looking at it. Square piece, a couple of slices, and it's held together with gaffer tape. Simple as that, but great little bit of kit. Well, we've enjoyed a cheeky little beer there, haven't we? And a bit of a chill looking at the view.
We have.
And I think it's time for some actual camp chores now.
Time to get the tent up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to treat ourselves to some red wine and cheese.
Yeah, we've done what every sensible wild camper should do. And bring some Snowdonia cheese, some biscuits and some red wine.
As you do.
Yep, why not? So yeah, we've got a little footprint for the tent here. We've just kind of found the flattest area, which isn't particularly flat, but it'll do. And we're going to whack the tent up and get the sleep system on the go as well, aren't we? Let's do it. So that's the trusty dome away from home up. The good old Mountain Equipment Tundra 2, still going strong. And another new bit of kit. We've decided to go for these Berghaus Peak Pro full length inflatable sleep mats. The ones we were using were the 3/4 length closed cell foam, which were okay, a little bit thin. These are about 80mm thick and are insulated with Primaloft insulation, which I'm quite intrigued to see how well that works. But 56 quid and 480 grams, which really isn't bad for a mat like that. So first night out tonight, don't know what they're going to be like, but we'll give them a try and see. So next new bit of kit, had to get one of these just because they're so cool and I've seen loads of people using them. It's one of the Flex Tail Gear tiny pumps, and it's a little electric pump which pumps your mattress up. Now obviously it's convenient. I think I've tried it and it takes something like 41 seconds to pump this up to full. But not only that, when you're blowing into these you get a lot of moisture inside them, and what that can lead to is mold inside, and you don't want that. So time for a quick play with this. All ready to go. And there we have it. Quality little device, love that. So next new bit of kit, and this is a cheapy one. Wanted an undermat for these, and I've seen people using like yoga mats and the normal roll mats and stuff, which are, I think they work quite well, but they're a bit bulky. This stuff, again, eBay, and it was, I think it was 6 quid for 5 meters, and it's only thin. It's DIY insulation that's supposed to go between your radiator and your wall in the house to reflect the heat back, but it's really thermally efficient. Weighs absolutely nothing and packs down really quite small. So that is a sheet of that, and my mum has kindly made me elastic loops so it'll stay put on the underside of the sleep mat. Thanks, Mum. It's just shy of full length, but it's all it needs to be. So that's going to be between the sleep mats on the floor of the tent. And I think the last new bit of kit is a pillow. Now, I've got my Cedar Summit Eros Ultralight, which I love, great pillow, but to be honest, I'm a 2-pillow person. So I've been using a really cheap NAF one under the Cedar Summit for a while, but big, bulky, heavy, not very comfy. Shell managed to find this on eBay for my birthday, sorry, Amazon, which is Amazon's own brand, which is Green Haven Ultralight Camp Pillow. Now obviously I've not used it yet. Looks quite a lot like the Trekology one, and the reviews on Amazon are absolutely excellent, and it was $8.99. So compared to the price of these are great, but that's a bargain. And just as an under pillow, I'm assuming it's going to be all right. Looking cozy. And there's the hint of a sunset starting to form. We've still got a bit of time till dark yet, but it's looking like it might do something nice. So I forgot about one more new piece of kit. Now obviously anyone who wild camps will know you need to take a trowel out to dig a hole for you know what. And I used to just take a normal old school gardener's trowel, but we found this in the Alp Kit shop, the Arlo trowel, for about 9 quid, was it? Something like that?
I think so.
Check this out. How cool is that?
Fancy.
Fancy. So as promised, we got some crackers, we got some cheese, and we got some red wine, just because why not? And to cut the cheese, promise this is the last new piece of kit, promise. Handy to have a bushcraft knife out when you're camping, but I didn't want to take a big massive one that weighs a ton. So once again, as a birthday present, Shell found this gorgeous little Elk Ridge miniature bushcraft knife. How nice is that? Lovely etchings on the blade. Full tang, I think it's about a 3.5mm thick blade, drop point. Small, but perfectly formed.
And not expensive.
And razor sharp. Last piece, honest last piece.
Time for cheese.
Oh yes. So with the sun starting to dip, it's time for dinner. And we've got nothing special. We've got sea to summit to eat, pasta bolognese, and salmon and broccoli pasta. Well, how is it?
Actually lovely.
Yeah, I've
Really
got to admit,
nice.
mine's really nice too.
Nice.
Might not look anything special, but it's pretty good. Well, we sat and enjoyed the view and our sea to summit meals, which were really quite nice, weren't they?
Really nice.
And as you can see, the light is fading fast. We can see some stars coming out and the moon back there.
We have all of our layers on.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
being Scotland, it's cold.
yeah, it's nearly May, and I mean, we are up quite high to be fair, but it's probably
Yeah.
about 6 or 7 degrees, but warm enough.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And the sleeping bags will be fine. I've got my hand warmers on the go.
We've got hand warmers ready, yeah. So I think we're just going to crack open some white wine and sit and absorb the atmosphere for a bit. Sounds
Yep.
like a plan. Well, we've sat here drinking our white wine and absorbing the atmosphere,
We have.
and it's been very nice indeed.
It has. The wind is blowing a hoolie over that wall.
Yeah, I'm so glad of that dry stone wall,
Yeah.
because without that we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, we would.
But no, it's been a lovely night, nice and chilled. Looking at the lovely views in front of us, we can see a few stars. There's a bit of cloud around, but you can still see a few stars.
Yeah, it's a shame because there's dark sky status around here, so we were hoping for a
Yeah.
clear night. But never mind, we've still seen a few.
Yeah, it's been nice. So I think it is time for us to retire to the bed and try and get a good night's kip, despite the wind.
All
So
part of the adventure.
yeah. we shall see you in the morning. Good night. See ya.
Night.
Well, good morning. And a good night's kip was had. Little bit of wind noise from the tent being buffeted by the wind, but nothing too bad. Stayed super warm and super comfy though. The sleep system is excellent. The new Berghaus pads I'm really pleased with, really comfy. And I think the addition of that little underpad helped as well, but no complaints there. My extra little pillow, that worked well, perfect height for me. So I think we've got the sleeping system well and truly nailed, which I'm pleased with. Because I think it went quite cold last night. I think the forecast was saying a low of about 6. But up here, 2,000 feet and some wind chill thrown in, probably 3 degrees, I don't know, but didn't feel that at all. Really warm and comfy all night. So let's venture outside and see what's going on out there, hey? Some wind, no doubt. So down below wall level, it's not too bad. But if we stand up, it's not as bad as I thought, actually. Some nice views still. Sleep okay?
Yeah, pretty well. Love those sleeping pads.
The sleeping pads are awesome, aren't they? Sorry about the wind noise. We'll duck down. There we go, that's a bit better. But yeah, pleased with that. Good little system. Well, that sunshine is trying to peek through and warm us up. Slowly, there's still a bit of cloud around, but hopefully it's going to burn off. And we've got the breakfast of champions. Are you ready for this? What a selection. We've got some chamomile tea, Tunnock's caramel bars, Hershey's eggs, smoky barbecue crunch, various flapjacks, a rather nice looking caramel shortbread, and Shell's done us breakfast bagels
With strawberry jam.
strawberry jam inside. So, time for some break. Let's munch. So I've also got, which I got off our mate Chrissy, thanks for that Chrissy, these, which is a be your own barista, refillable, reusable filter coffee bag. This one's Brazilian, and there's Colombian, Costa Rican, there's all sorts in the pack, but I've just opened the top and it smells absolutely fantastic. So you quite simply pour your coffee, your hot water in there, filters through into the bottom, and pour it into your cup. So we're going to give that a little go. Right, here we go then. Let's see what this is saying. So, trusty old cup of tea for Shell. That wind is still there, as you can see, and I'm going to try not to burn my fingers with this. Ooh. So we just leave that to sit for 5 minutes or so. Oh, didn't take the cap off. And there we go. Shell's going in for the caramel shortbread, and mighty fine it looks.
Like a brick.
Might have some of that myself. And there we go, it's sat for about 6 or 7 minutes. And there's your lovely Brazilian coffee. And yeah, you can apparently refill them and reuse them, which I think is a great idea. Oh, it smells fantastic. Oh, now that's a treat. Proper coffee on a wild camp. That is lovely. Well, that is breakfast done, and the sunshine's starting to come through. So I think it's time to break down camp and head on back, would you say? Let's do it. So that's us done and dusted. Packed up and ready to go. Left no trace, that's where we were. Cleared up the hole in the ground further down. I'm going to hit the trail. We're going to head back down towards Loch Trool, aren't we? Possibly a loop of Loch Trool. I know you can do a loop.
Not quite ready to head home yet.
No, it's such a lovely area and we may as well try and enjoy it, so probably not do too much filming on the way back down, because it's just the same way as the way up. But yeah, we'll probably catch up a bit further down, maybe at the car park. Yeah. Right, see you in a bit. So then, we've ditched the big heavy packs back at the car and put on
now with a smaller
put on some much lighter packs. Still got me stick, and we've headed down to the banks of Loch Trool because there's a circular walk all the way around the loch. And look at this weather. We can't pass up an opportunity like that, can we?
Absolutely not. It's beautiful.
Stunning area, really beautiful. So let's see what the circular walk around Loch Trool has to say then. Absolutely stunning path.
Oh, it is. Absolutely beautiful.
Parts of it you're near the loch shore, parts of it you're a bit further away. But absolutely stunning all the way. I mean, look at this. You get a glimpse through the trees. I think we're heading down towards the loch shore now.
Amazing.
But yeah, fabulous. Well, I think we found a nice little spot for lunch anyway.
Pete's decided to have a paddle, cool the feet off.
Scottish lochs are never warm, are they?
No, they are not.
Ooh, chilly. Well, we are not far off returning to the car park.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful, Luke. I'd recommend that.
Yeah,
to
really
anyone.
good paths, amazing scenery,
Yeah.
lochs and mountains. It's been a cracking couple of days, hasn't it?
It really has. It's felt like a proper little adventure.
Yeah. The hike up there was quite hard work, up to 2,000 feet with those packs on.
Yeah.
Cracking little wild camp. Got to play with some new bits of kit, which is always fun.
Thank God for that wall with
Yeah.
the wind. The wind was howling
If
up
it wasn't
there.
for that wall, I really don't know what we would have done.
Yeah.
And nice to come back down and yeah, get a nice loop of the loch in. We've been eyeing that one up for a while as well, haven't we?
Yeah, so that was beautiful.
So yeah, Loch Trool and Glen Trool, can highly recommend it. This is in the Galloway Forest National Park, and we've not really scratched the surface of it. It's a huge, huge park, and there's tons of nice stuff here.
Yeah, I'd love to come back.
So I think we're going to be coming back and exploring more. But for now, I think this is going to be us signing off from our 2 days of adventure.
Yeah, we've got a couple of hour drive back, and then we're going to hit the showers because we stink.
Yeah, that's true. Right, so thanks very much for watching. It's probably been a long one, this one, so if you've stuck around this far, cheers for that.
Yes, thank you.
And we shall see you on the next one. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
See ya.